Hello and welcome. You're probably wondering, what is angiogenesis? Angiogenesis is the process our bodies use to grow and maintain blood vessels. In normal circumstances, blood vessels support life, deliver oxygen and vital nutrients to all of our organs. But sometimes we get abnormal blood vessels that grow, and they can nourish things like cancer. A healthy angiogenesis system regulates when and where blood vessels grow and can prevent tumors from recruiting a private blood supply for the oxygen they need to expand. When the body loses this ability to control blood vessels, a wide range of disease can occur, including cancer. You're going to be learning a lot in this video that I have not been able to find anywhere else on YouTube or any of the other video platforms. So I highly recommend you grab something to be able to take notes with, so you can pause the video as needed to make your notes, because I am going to be listing off all of the foods that promote healthy angiogenesis function of our bodies. Take this list to the store with you when you go shopping then, or if you do online ordering for delivery, have the list with you. I'll be naming off all the foods today that you will benefit from, and then I am going to start a series where I talk individually about each food and all of the benefits. Right quick, are foods to avoid? I'm gonna make it short. Sugar, soda, regular and diet. Processed meats, think of your deli meats, your ham, your bacon, your so forth. White bread. It is a refined flour. It has been stripped of the fiber and the nutrients. You're eating empty calories. It is gonna promote spikes in your blood sugar, weight gain, metabolism issues, and possibly more. Fried foods, fast foods, bakery foods like donuts, processed cheeses. Think about the cheese in the can. You want to avoid that. And also cheese for chip dip. Avoid that. Potato chips. Processed snacks like snack food and crackers, pretzels, cookies. Alcohol. Now, to the foods that I came here to start telling you about. I'm going to start with our fruit. This is where you may want to take notes. Apples, avocados, blackberries, black raspberries, raspberries, blueberries, cactus pear, cantaloupe, cherries, clementines, coconut, cranberries, currants, grapefruit, kiwi, kumquat, lemon, lime, lingonberry, lingonberry. I'm spelling some of these out just in case anyone needs help in notes. mandarin, mango, nectarines, oranges, papaya, peach, pears, persimmons, persimmons, plums, pomegranate, pomegranate, pumpkin, raspberries, red grapes, strawberries, tangelos, tangelos, tangerines, tomatoes, herbs and spices, basil, black pepper, cardamom, cardamon, cilantro, cinnamon, cloves, galangal, galangal, garlic, ginger, ginseng, lavender, licorice root, mint, nutmeg, onion, oregano, parsley, peppermint, rosemary, sage, sesame seeds, tarragon, tarragon, thyme, and turmeric. Veggies, artichoke, arugula, arugula, asparagus, beets, Belgian endive, bell pepper, bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, capers, carrots, cauliflower, celery, chard, eggplant, escarole, escarol, fennel, garlic, green beans, kale, kohlrabi, kohlrabi, lettuce, mustard, olives, onion, parsnips, peas, pumpkins, radishes, salsify, salsify, scallions, shallots, whole soybeans, spinach, string beans, sweet potato, thistle, tomato, turnip, watercress, winter squash, and zucchini. Sauces and condiments: cocoa powder, honey, maple syrup, soy sauce, squid ink. Tomato sauce, I recommend homemade so you can control the sodium. Alcohol-free vanilla extract. I say alcohol-free because alcohol is a class 1 carcinogen. If anyone does not know what that means, it means it is known to cause cancer. Class 1 is the most dangerous rating. Apple cider vinegar and balsamic vinegar. I highly recommend, if you need something to cook with, you use a little bit of butter, tallow, or lard, and avoid all cooking oils. Meat. You're going to want dark meat. Think of the legs. Dark chicken, dark goose, dark turkey. Seafood. Anchovies, If you buy them in the can, check the label. Cuttie fish. Cuttie fish. Flounder, haddock, halibut, herring, mackerel, mussels, oysters, salmon, sea cucumber, seaweed, shrimp and prawn, Prawn, squid, squid ink, trout, tuna. If you can, buy your fish fresh or frozen. And if you have to buy it in a can, please check the label. They like to add sugar, fat, and sodium. Ligaments, nuts and beans. Almonds. Broad bean. Cashews. Chestnut. Chickpeas. Edamame. Adamame. I recently tried those. Think of a pea, but the bean is much bigger. Fava beans, hazelnuts, lentils, lima beans, miso, M-I-S-O, natto, N-A-T-T-O, peanuts, pecans, pine nuts, pistachios, tofu, walnuts. Grains, seeds, and flours. Black rice, brown rice, fennel seed, flaxseed, oats, poppy seeds, pumpkin seed, quinoa, Quinoa, sesame seeds, sunflower, whole wheat, the brown flour, not the white flour, whole grains. I highly recommend you make your bread at home. If you don't want to go through the hassle of having to knead your bread and get flour all over the place, I have a Hampton Beach bread machine. I fell in love using it. You will get a bread recipe book with your bread machine. Put your ingredients in and let it take over. Beverages and soups. Apple cider, black tea, carrot juice, cocoa powder, coffee, green tea, miso, M-I-S-O, orange juice. I highly recommend all teas. They have antioxidant benefits. Make your own tea at home. Store-bought teas can have either sugar or artificial sweetener. I also recommend you make your juice at home. If you buy your juice at the store, please check the label for added sugar. Sugar is one of the things we want to avoid. Dairy, hard cheese, and yogurt. Sweets, chocolate. Think dark chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the better. Check the label for sugar. Some dark chocolate will have 6%. Some dark chocolate has up to 30% sugar. Cocoa powder, honey, maple syrup. The sugar replacements that I recommend or suggest will be stevia You can grow it in your garden or buy it at the store. If you buy it at the store, check the label. Sometimes it's mixed with aspartame or other artificial sweeteners, and I'm not a huge fan of artificial sweeteners. They can cause you to be hungrier, crave sugar, and other bad foods that we necessarily are trying to avoid. Little unsure of maybe how to put your meals together, I can give you some hints. For breakfast, maybe you want to try 1 or 2 servings of fruit with either a serving or so of nuts or yogurt. And I highly recommend on the yogurt, you try to get plain yogurt. It will have the least added sugar. The flavored yogurts are going to have a lot of added sugar. Oatmeal with quinoa and honey. If you choose to, you can actually put your fruit into your oatmeal. For a lunch or a dinner, I would recommend one of the dark meats or seafood. And remember, it's usually going to be the legs that are going to be the dark meat. With around 2 cups of assorted vegetables off of the veggie list, and a slice or 2 of whole wheat or whole grain bread. Remember to intake your water. Quick note on the salt. It's the table salt we want to try to avoid. And the big old container or the little handheld that just shakes right out. Pink Himalayan salt. You can get that in a glass bottle with a grinder. I bought one 2 weeks ago when I started eating pretty much just these foods. The grinder is supposed to be removable so that I can refill. I have not emptied the salt shaker yet. The problem with the table salt is it's highly processed to remove the nutrients, and then they add sometimes iodine, and then they bleach it white, and it's just not really healthy for us. Another little food that you might want to avoid is going to be your instant foods, like instant potatoes, instant oatmeal, frozen meals that might say better or healthy. They're not really better or healthy. Your cookware, I highly recommend, since I'm advising you to stay away from cooking oils, that you invest in some good American-made cast iron skillets. I use them. I will use lard or tallow to keep my seasoning in the pan. If my pan gets dirty and I need to clean it, I never use soap in it. What you need to do, put water in your cast iron pan, set it on your stove burner, bring it to a boil. Get a scrub brush that is meant for nothing but cast iron pans, and if it has a handle on it, you're going to be so much happier. Get that hot pad out, and while the water is boiling in your cast iron pan, hold the handle, and with your brush, give it a scrub. Then take it over to the sink, dump it, give it a rinse in hot water, bring it back over to the stove, set it onto a cold burner, rub a little bit of lard or tallow in your pan, have your oven nice and hot, put that pan in your oven upside down. When you start to see smoke, your pan is cured, you can pull it out of the oven. If you will take care of your cast iron pan like that, your great, 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 great grandchildren will also be using it. A couple of quick little simple recipe ideas I have for you to help you get started. And right quick, I've been eating this diet for 2 weeks. I've lost a lot of this. I was eating a lot of fast food and processed foods, frozen foods, and I started gaining weight back, and I've lost about 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I couldn't be happier, and I feel amazing. I have this little dish that I call taco soup. I make it in the crock pot. Start off with 6 to 8 cups of water in your crock pot. Take a mix of beans and lentils. Add around 3 cups of these into the crock pot. Turn it on high. Put the lid on. Allow it to cook for around 6 hours. Take some of your dark meat. Add it in. If the dark meat is cooked, that's going to be preferable because it's going to cut your cook time down in the crock pot. If your meat is not cooked, please go through and add the meat with your beans when you start cooking. So if you added your meat at the beginning, let's go to the rice. Add about 1 cup of brown rice. You may want to add 1 to 2 more cups water. I will look up a taco seasoning recipe and do a short video on it. Add taco seasoning to taste. Keep your crock pot on high. Put the lid back in and let it cook for at least 1 more hour. Chicken soup in the crock pot. 4 to 6 legs of your dark meat with half to 3/4 of the crock pot filled with assorted vegetables of your choice. Please add water enough to at minimum cover the meat. This is going to give you a meat broth flavor as this cooks. Season it to the taste that you desire. I believe I mentioned I will be working on a video series talking about each individual food on this list and all of the benefits that it could bring to you. I do garden, so if you would like me to include you out in my garden, please let me know in the comments. My schedule is a little bit busy, but I will get back to you. I don't have a book or anything like that. A lot of the people that I've discovered on YouTube and other video platforms that are claiming to care about you and your health and wanting to help you be healthier, they're selling stuff. And that's not right. It's not proper. And that is the conclusion of the overview that you need to get started on an angiogenesis lifestyle. And yes, I've been eating all these foods for about 2 weeks now. My energy levels have increased and I have lost about 10 pounds. And I wish you the best luck and success in your journey on this. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, thank you.